Yo, what up everyone, it's your boy Altered Tech, back again with a new freaking video. In today's video we have the LG G6, and the question is, can the LG G6 hold it down in the year 2020? And if you're thinking about picking up a new device for, let's say, maybe around $100, the LG G6 is a great option. I mean, you could go ahead and purchase a low-end budget device like the Samsung A10e, but just keep this in mind, people. You're getting wireless charging, you're getting a great camera system, you're getting a wide-angle lens, you have a rear fingerprint sensor, you have a quad HD display, great audio system, you have a great the selfie camera is okay. So for the LG G6, this is running Android Pie. And the reason why I'm making this video is because of the Android Pie update. I'm going to show you guys exactly everything that's new, or everything that I've discovered that's new. Number one, just pull down the drop menu, these new designs, you guys can see this. So this does not have dark mode. For dark mode you might need Android 10. I'm not exactly sure if that's going to come to the LG G6. LG did promise the Android Pie update on this device in the third or fourth quarter of 2019. You know, they have not fulfilled that promise. So when it comes to software with LG, you know, it is what it is, people. But when it comes to hardware, oh man, they really get the job done. I mean, this build quality, the camera system, the display, everything, especially for a flagship from 2019. Now, this is perhaps the most underrated device I have ever used, and that's because with LG, with the G4, G3, and G5, I believe there was some boot loop issues, and at that point no one pretty much wanted to pick up an LG device. So with the LG G6, LG came out with a 2-year worry-free warranty. So the only thing about this is that it's just not getting the fast software updates, and some people have complained about performance and especially battery life. So how does the battery life perform on this? It's actually been pretty decent. It's not as great as some other flagships, but for me, if this phone could get to 5 hours of screen on time, I'm perfectly happy. So let's go ahead and just pull up the stats real quick. So after 1 day of use, about 29 hours, I got about 5 hours of screen on time, and I've had about 15% left. Now, I don't really like to get my phone under 15%. Now, at this point, you could probably turn on battery saving mode and get, you know, maybe like an extra hour or half hour. So during this entire time, I was using Google Maps, I was using YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and you know, for a normal day of use, I mean, this was pretty decent. So for Android Oreo, usually with this device, I would get between about maybe 2 to 4 hours. So for me to get 5 hours, it's pretty damn good. I'll take it. Now, the main battery killer on my device was, for some reason, mobile standby mode. So let's go ahead and just see what's going on here. So for mobile network standby, it's been at 0%, and that's exactly what I've been wanting this entire time. So for phone idle, 0%. This is what you want on the LG G6. So let's go ahead and talk about the Android 9 features. You do have your pill on the bottom. Now, I do prefer this over the navigation bar because with this phone being thin, I do prefer the extra real estate. So let's go ahead and just see how it works. So you swipe up, you have access to all your recent apps, and just look at how fast this phone is actually performing. And I have a few apps and running. I have the Play Store, IGTV, Twitter, Instagram, the camera. I mean, this phone, it works pretty damn good, considering that it's about 2 years old. It has the Snapdragon, was it 825 processor, something like that. Now, the only time this phone actually lags is when I open up Gcam. For Gcam, there is a ton of processing that goes in the background, so this might actually slow it down. But for everything else that was made for this phone, it works really damn good, and I cannot complain. Now with LG, you do have a variety of different settings. So you do also have always on display. Now this is set to off, so I didn't want to kill my battery life. So this is set to off, and let's go ahead. Same old, same old. Let's check out the general settings. The battery life, I went through that. Apps and notifications, storage. Let's check out the storage. So for Android 9, let's see. So for the system, it uses only 10 gigabytes of data. So that's not bad at all. And let's go ahead. So I do have about, so this is only 32 gigabytes. So I do have about 16 gigabytes left. If you're taking a lot of 4K videos, you're going to run out pretty quick. You do have the double tap on the screen to turn it on, like so. And I love this animation. If you guys didn't know that, I think it's new. Basically, it's kind of like a Mega Man type animation, and it does have a nice sound as well. Pretty cool. Memory, let's go. So you have about 4 gigabytes of memory. So that's not bad. So what else do we have? gaming. So if you are into gaming, you do have control over the game graphics. You could reduce brightness and performance whenever you leave a game running for more than 5 minutes. Game tools. You do have a ton of cool features. And I feel like this is pretty much like the best bang for your buck based on all the phones I reviewed this year, including the Pixel 3a. This for maybe just like around $100. This is a great deal. So let's go ahead and check out some of these wallpapers. So if you guys are interested, be sure to check these out. And you can always change the theme of your LG device as well. That's something that's been around for quite some time. And if you guys do want to shrink the screen, you can also do that as well. All right, but anyways, people, just check out the performance. Let's open up the camera app, do a quick rundown. Skype. I mean, it's not laggy, it's not the fastest, but it's very usable in 2019. Twitter, square camera. And the thing about LG is that it's feature packed. Some people might not like it. Some people might prefer stock Android. Now, when I was using this phone on Android Oreo, it really wasn't this fast. There was just way too much bloatware. There's way too much things installed in the background that was really bogging this phone down. And thank God, if you guys have this phone, be sure to try and get the Canadian version with the LG G6 Android Pie ROM. Now let's go ahead and check out the camera. Number one, for all the modes, you have a ton of features. You have auto mode, food mode, pop-out mode, snap movie, 360 panorama, manual camera, match shot, guide shot, time lapse. Holy crap, man. YouTube live, manual video control. You could choose different filters. The selfie quality isn't too great, but it's okay. As for the settings, let's go ahead and check out the settings. You have HDR, you have bright mode, which is like the night mode. And now it works except in Ultra HD and at 60 frames per second. So if you're taking a photo and you have the wide angle lens camera and it's, let's switch to wide, and your finger is accidentally covering the lens, this will actually warn you for that. You have that option as well. So there's a ton of features, and this also has steady recording. I mean, there's so many features on this. You could say cheese and it'll take a photo. You could scan QR codes. I mean, there's so many things on this device. It can even record 4K. Now, like I said, this happens to be the most underrated device I have ever used in my entire life. I mean, this phone is so good. I could actually, give up my Galaxy Note 9, my OnePlus, my iPhone 11, and use this phone full time and not be ashamed about it. I mean, you have a freaking wide angle lens, and it actually has a wider field of view than the OnePlus 7T. Now, for the OnePlus 7T, you do have an extra camera lens, and performance is just simply, it's going to blow this phone out the water. If you guys don't have enough money to spend on a, flagship device, the LG G6, go on eBay, go on Amazon, check it out. Just make sure you go ahead and buy one that's in mint condition or like a new condition, and be sure to download that Canadian firmware on this device. You can get that Android Pie update, because so far, without the bloatware and with Android Pie, everything seems to be working really damn good. I never thought, even with the LG launcher, I thought I would have to go ahead and install Nova Launcher. No, this is the LG G6 launcher, and it's working pretty damn good. So anyways, people, this is Altered Tech signing out. If you guys have any questions or comments, if you guys want to know the 5 reasons why I do love the LG G6, be sure to go ahead and check out that video. Anyways, people, this is Altered Tech signing out. I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Peace.